Welcome to the Twomey Stock Market Report. This is James Twomey, and today is Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. This is a Tuesday Stock Buy Alert segment. It is coming to you before the open of the market at 8:12 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's get right into it. We've been discussing Verizon for several segments now, and you can go back and we can see multiple, the last couple of weeks we had multiple discussions on that. The 10 EMA is crossing the 14. I would buy right here, put a stop in at 48. The dividend we talked about was around, low to mid fives when the stock took a big tank, and that's when I started accumulating Verizon. But with that said, it is now decreased to 3.5%. And the reason for that is the stock's rebounded. As the stock gains, the dividend that's been set becomes less of a percent. Good and bad, right? Your stock grows, your dividend goes down. However, I still feel that this is a good buy. Make sure you put your stops in. More about that later. Sanofi, SNY. This is R&D manufacturer therapeutic solutions for pharmacy, vaccines, consumer health. Buy here, put in a stop at 53.1. And that is, again, has poised for upward trend. Just be careful. This is a difficult market to trade. Make sure your stops are in, and we will, certainly watch every stock and alert you when they kick off, if they need to be stopped out. But as you can tell, the 9 and the 10 crossed over the 15 EMA. It's above the 50. It's above the 200. I almost recommended it yesterday. We did talk about it last night in our segment. We already have a couple of drug therapeutic type stocks, and this market is very dangerous to trade in, and both the sectors that are hot are energy and some of these drug. However, those are the most volatile. So keep your stops in and make sure you follow that practice. All right, so the next one is DBC. See previous segments on that. If you haven't bought already, buy. Put the stop in at 27. If it opens at 27, you hold off in that purchase. And that is a energy sector worth taking a look at. I'll just take a quick look at that in case but previous segment yesterday, we talked about it and discussed taking that as a buy. The reason why I held off on this mega uptrend, the 10 has been above the 14 EMA for quite some time. Energy is volatile. Every time you see a drop here below those two trend lines, the 10 and 15, it corresponds to when the energy sector had a big sell-off. So a lot of this one doesn't, but if you trade the commodity of oil and natural gas, Schwab platform will alert you, hey, this is risky investment, volatile swings. Do you really want to buy this? So this is one that you want to keep stops tight. And it's been a runaway train. Is it too late? No, it is not too late. ILF is the other. I say ILF is probably, we talked about that in other segments. Added that last night in our segment as a buy. We should have put it in for yesterday. And same scenario there. Latin America, raw materials, commodities, same theme as it meets with what is the sectors that have been working. So, and the stop for that is 25.77. Just be careful in trading this market. We know the downtrend is in place. Anytime we get negative news on stocks or companies, it drags down either that sector or the entire market. We saw that with Target and Walmart. Snap came out last night. Poor earnings report. They're going to lay off 10%. The stock had a major drop. It's dragging down the NASDAQ after, had stellar gains yesterday. We're not out of this downtrend. If you pick some of these stocks, make sure you put your stops in. And news on, Snap, I don't know how big of a market that has in the world of all the basket of stocks in the NASDAQ, but it's enough to make an impact. So it just reiterating our downtrend. All right, this is James Twomey. Careful in your trading. You're in the market to make money. That's it. That's as hard as it gets. We look at the fundamentals. We look at the Twomey investment process about how we choose our stocks, and then we use our technicals as our guideposts on a buy and sell. In this market, some of these sectors are still firing off. So let's Verizon the dividend, drug stocks. This monkeypox has caused, and COVID and everything else still has this wheel turning. Very volatile market is the drug stocks and therapeutics. The oil segment, I like DBC because it also has commodities that are not just oil. It is the soybean and wheat, etc. So that's why I like that. And that is also in play. So take it from there. Any questions, email at jim.netsearchsolutions, and we will have further segments in the next day or two. Have a great day. James Twomey.